Hi everyone, I'm Cody W3AMG with Bridgecom Systems, and today we are sharing all the question and answers from our live stream back on January 26th. Enjoy. Let's take some questions real quick.
Sam asks, how often is the Ultra Code plug updated?
That's a great question, Sam. The Ultra Code plug is the actual download file is not currently on like an update schedule, so everything in there is pretty much set. Those talk groups don't really change. It's going to have all that information, 800 talk groups from different countries and different states. Like obviously the states aren't going to change what those talk groups are. Now in terms of the digital contact list, the Ultra Code plug is kept up to date on a regular basis with the new digital contact list. I don't have the exact frequency, but give us a call and we'll get that information for you. But we do keep that up to date, so if you buy one, you're not getting a super outdated contact list. We'll continue to update that. Obviously, once you have it, you're going to be better off just downloading the contact list than redoing your whole code plug. So it's absolutely kept up to date, and once you have it, you should be set.
Glenn asks, I have a SkyBridge that lost power, and now when I try to boot up my SkyBridge, all it says is initializing. Is there a way to fix this?
Oh no. Yeah, that's a good question. So it lost power and it's initializing. Could be, there's a variety of things that could be. I probably couldn't troubleshoot that with you here right over the live stream, but here's what you can do. Give us a call, 816-532-8451, or you could also submit a support ticket on our website. Just click support and create ticket, whatever method's better for you, and talk to one of our technicians, and they will work with you to get that resolved. And if there's any issues, then we'll get that fixed for you. So we'll get that working for you. Just get in contact with us and we'll help. Unfortunately, I need a little bit too much information to just do it here live.
Phil asks, Hetera has a Brandmeister talk group. Why don't we have an AnyTone talk group? Can we get one going?
Yeah, it's a good question. So there's a lot of talk groups out there for different things. I don't know if they're actually issuing talk groups anymore. They might be. I'm not super up to date with the workings of how you get a talk group. I believe there's a way to apply and get a talk group, but you know, if you have a way to get one, that would be awesome. I'd love to have an AnyTone talk group. Heck, it would be cool if we had a Bridgecom talk group, but we'll have to do some more research on that. So thank you for the question.
Larry asks, why does the SkyBridge cost so much?
Hey, you know, that's a great question, Larry. We get asked that all the time. So the SkyBridge, you know, it does cost quite a bit. It's a lot of money, but it's well worth it. And here's why. The SkyBridge is not just going to get you a hotspot. You can go find a hotspot anywhere for, you know, pretty inexpensive. That's fine. Now, what the SkyBridge gets you is a whole solution. So you're going to get the hotspot. You get a nice big screen that's going to make it easy to use, so you can easily log into it with the IP address. With the SkyBridge, you're getting a video course worth $97 alone, with videos that walk you through step-by-step how to use everything on the SkyBridge. You know, no one else does that. And then, not to mention, with the SkyBridge, just like we had a gentleman here a couple minutes ago ask a question like, hey, it's not working. We'll help you with it. You can call in, get a live person within minutes of your call, and actually get help with your product, live support here in the US. We'll support you with it. You're going to get a whole lot more with your SkyBridge than just any old hotspot. And not to mention, it's real high quality and it will last. So that's why, for me, it makes so much more sense to pay a little bit more for a SkyBridge than some other hotspot on the market. So hopefully that answers your question, and thank you for being here.
James asks, is it possible to have the SkyBridge operate on both 2M and 440?
Great question. Absolutely. You can operate on 2 meter or 70 centimeter, you know, VHF, UHF, not at the same time. You'll have to set your frequency. You can only use one frequency at a time, but just in there where I entered my UHF frequency, just put a VHF one in there. It'll work no problem.
Daryl asks, how do you add the code plug without losing your local club and MCOM addresses?
Yeah, great question. So I think what you're asking me is how you add the code plug without losing your standard repeaters you already have programmed in. So we actually have a video in the university that'll show you how to do that. So basically you will export your current code plug into a list format, export the super code plug, combine the two, and then re-import it. It's pretty simple, but definitely worthwhile watching the video because there's a few technicalities involved. and we can certainly help you with that. But you can do it.
N4CDJ asks, I need a SkyBridge. I have several Pi-Star PIO. Wonder what the differences are.
Yeah, absolutely. So like we just touched on, the SkyBridge is not just going to get you a DMR hotspot. It's going to get you a hotspot that comes with service. It comes with people. It comes with a whole course full of videos, the university. And the SkyBridge is packed full of features too. This doesn't just do DMR. This will do DMR, D-Star, system fusion. It'll even cross mode between different modes. I think you can even do P25 on this. You can, I believe. We don't actually have a P25 radio here in the shop, so we have not done a lot of testing, but some of the guys have tested it, and you can. So it can do so much, and you're limitless. There's no limit with what you can do with the SkyBridge. And the cool part is you have all the support to back you up. So when you do run into a problem, which obviously no one wants to, but we all do at some point in time, you can call up and get help and be back on the air immediately. And that's what we're here for. Make sure you are on the air talking to people around the world.
Timmy asks, can I have 91 on one and 93 on another radio?
Absolutely. You can have different talkers programmed on different radios. Now, if you are using the same SkyBridge, you will have to disconnect. So hit that talk group disconnect for talk group 4000 before you can talk on a different talk group. So just keep that in mind. If you're using, really it's good. It's going to be better to use at different times. Two people trying to talk on it at the same time, that's not going to work so well. But you can use two different radios with it, not simultaneously though, if that makes sense. Hey, I actually see a question popped up here. It's a great question. They said they have a 2-story house. Sean asked a question and wants to know what the range is of the SkyBridge. So that's an awesome question. We get asked that all the time. The SkyBridge, it's not it's not going to be powerful like a radio, but it is pretty powerful for a little SkyBridge and hotspot, and you'll have no trouble with a 2-story house. I've tried it in a pretty large 2-story house with a walkout basement, and I've also tried it in small areas. We've tried it in the office here. You can walk in like all the way over the other side. It works fine. We've even set it up here in this room, which has concrete in it, and walked up the street a few blocks without any problem. So you're going to be just fine in a 2-story house.
Carolyn asks, Bridgecom Systems, what Pi model does the SkyBridge use?
Great question. I think your question was what Pi Pi-Star board, what Pi board it uses. I believe and I'm not the tech guy here for what they use. I believe it uses a Pi 3B. But I believe some models may be using a Pi 4. I think at this point it kind of depends on what you can get your hands on. I know there's been some cost increases with all the shortage of parts. It's actually really hard to get those right now. So some of them may actually have the newer board in it just because that's what's available.
Richard asks, are all pre-programmed radios set to private?
Great question. So the SkyBridge, I believe, out of the factory is going to be set to private. But if you want to change that over to public, it's super simple.
Turbo Diesel Operator asks, what is the controller mode duplex repeater used for on a SkyBridge?
Hey, that's a great question. I am unsure about that feature, but definitely if you want some more information on that, give us a call, 816-532-8451, and one of our techs I'm sure could help you with that. Never used that myself personally.
David asks, would this system work here in Canada, even if we don't have much DMR in the region?
That's a really good question. I'm glad you brought that up. It will, absolutely. In fact, the Ultra Code Plug has like all the Canadian provenances in the code plug already. So you're definitely going to be able to connect with people in Canada. Now, there may not be as much DMR up there, but there is quite a bit. But the cool part with the SkyBridge is now you're going to be able to talk to people all over the world. So you're not just limited to your local region. It's kind of like if I was talking here in my hometown, I'm going to be limited to the people in my town with just a local repeater. But when I get on DMR with the SkyBridge, I can talk to people all over the country. And then with the Ultra Code Plug, I can talk to people all over the world. So I could talk to you in Canada. So absolutely, you can use it. You don't just have to be limited by your home region.
N4CDJ asks, is there a plan to allow future AnyTone radios the ability to store contact list on a micro SD card? As the number of users grow, the internal memory does not.
Yeah, that's a good question. So the new radios actually have a much larger contact list, a 500,000 digital contact list capacity. So you're going to be set for a while with one of these 878 UV2 pluses. But that's a good idea. I like it. Have some kind of SD card slot. Absolutely. That's awesome. Keep them coming. I see another question here I wanted to touch on real quick. Someone asks about a battery pack, if you can use the SkyBridge with a battery pack to go on the go, because that's one of the cool things with it. You can even connect it up to a cell phone to use anywhere. So you're not just limited to your home area with internet. You can connect it wirelessly and go anywhere with it. And it actually comes with a battery. So you don't even have to go out and buy one. You certainly could if you want a different one, but it will come with a battery. It'll last for hours off that battery charge. It's basically just USB powered. So it comes with a car charger, a battery pack, and a wall adapter. So you can use it pretty much anywhere right out of the box.
Greg asks, will AnyTone handhelds eventually have built-in hotspots into them?
Hey, that's a good question. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see that. That's sweet. I like the idea. We'll see.
Jordan asks, does the SkyBridge allow you to send SMS to phones?
Absolutely. So you can send SMS messages with the radio and the SkyBridge combination. I believe we did a stream on this a while back with Ron, KC0QVT. I think there may have been some technical difficulties in that stream. It seems to be the way that things go when it's live, but we did have some success with it. We ended up making a text message, and we've done it here in the shop a little bit. You can certainly do it. There's a little bit involved with setting it up, but once you've set it up, you're good to go.
Greg asks, can you use an external antenna?
That's a great question. You absolutely can. In fact, we have this little adapter here. So this will take a standard antenna for your mobile radio, a UHF connector, and I have an antenna right here, so I could connect these up together just like this, and then connect that to the radio, and now I'm set up with an external antenna. So it's really that simple. You can absolutely do that. We have a couple options. You could use it with one of our mobile radio antennas, or we actually have one that's made for this radio, the BCA-300, and it's a small mag mount antenna, real lightweight and easy to use, that comes with the radio's connector on it. I have one of them myself. It's awesome because it's pretty small. You know, if you have a garage, generally, depending on the garage height, you can probably fit in, depending on the height of your car, and it never flies off. That thing is awesome.
Carolyn asks, Bridgecom Systems, how far away can the hotspot be from the Wi-Fi and still work? That's
a good question. So the Wi-Fi range on the hotspot is obviously going to depend on a lot of factors, but it's going to be similar to whatever your other devices can use. So like your laptop or your cell phone, it's going to be a similar distance to that. So wherever you can reach your Wi-Fi, it's probably where your SkyBridge is going to be able to reach your Wi-Fi.
Sam asks, is it best practice to leave the SkyBridge powered up 24/7 or turn it off when it's not in use?
It really doesn't matter. That's totally up to you. We don't tend to see any problems with them simply by running them. So that's just a personal preference thing. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you learned something from today's video. If you did, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell next to it to make sure you don't miss out on any more great content. That's all I have for you today. I'm Cody, W3AMG 73.